everybody. Welcome back to our podcast. This is Unfiltered Youth. Unfiltered Youth. And today our topic is Mjolo. But before we get to that, everybody, how are you feeling? How's everything? New week?
We're hanging on.
Everybody's good?
Yeah.
We're ready to indulge in this conversation? Okay. So last week we did, however, start on the topic of Mjolo. And today's just a part 2 of it, right? So the topics we're going to mainly focus on are red flags and green flags from both male and females. Mjolo, the pandemic, we know it. Bentons and sugar daddies. Ooh. Even cougars. We're going to touch a bit about cougars as well, you know? And then trying to be somebody's stepmother or stepfather. We're going to...
It's deep.
It's deep. Hey. It's packed. Hey? The topic is packed.
You know my cougars?
Cougars are female sugar daddies.
The partner to the Ben 10.
Oh.
Yes.
Do they have to have money?
Definitely.
Yes.
If you don't have money, you're not a Ben 10. I mean, you're not a cougar. The same way, if you don't have money,
You
you're
can't
not
be
a
sugar daddy.
Yeah, you can't be broke.
So what's happening if you're dating someone that's just older than you? Like 10 years, 15?
What's
What's the reason you're dating?
We're
Are you
in
dating
love.
for money, or you guys are deep in
We're
the
in
relationship?
love.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Like, what do
We
you call
are
it?
in love.
If you're in life, then it's a relationship. If it's mutual, if there's no,
Yeah, bonk.
you know, then it's the real thing. What are green flags, guys?
Yeah. If there's something correct, that's a green flag. A red one, it's not. If it's giving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what it's supposed to
What
give.
is, you know,
What it's supposed to give.
Makumnandi, man.
Example?
A green flag. Wow. Oh, wow.
Is this gender neutral?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
of course.
If it treats you nice.
If he's tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh, yes.
Those
Hallelujah.
are the red flags.
That's a red flag.
Those are the red flags.
Yeah.
Those are the red flags. What you mean?
He has to be.
I think a consistent person is a green
Consistency.
flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if he's consistently inconsistent?
Yo.
Yo,
Then it's
Johnny.
consistent.
Exactly.
You know, when people are dating, they always put their best foot forward.
Okay.
So if it's not, then why? Why?
Okay,
do
so
they
let's say
hammer?
one day he walks, ne?
Yeah.
Or whatever he does. Let's say you're used to getting flowers,
Yeah.
and then for some reason there's a financial break, ne?
That's
And then he misses, like he stops doing what he used to do in the beginning, right? Not because he doesn't want to do it, but because he doesn't have the means to do it. Does that make him a red flag?
what's he doing in replacement
He's
of
broke.
Yeah, what's like,
So there has
in
to
his
be-
capacity, what is he doing?
That? Or
Okay.
she?
He can
So-
be creative, you know.
He can be creative. What if he's
Yeah,
not a
he can
creative
write-
person?
He can write me a poem.
That's a red flag then.
What about those traditional Zulus?
Wabathungeke nabantu basekhaya.
The traditional ones that don't know romance. Oh, okay, now let me not say Zulus only. The traditional people that just don't know romance. Are we gonna characterize them as
A red flag?
red flags?
Wow.
I think a person should just, despite their culture, should know your love language.
Yeah.
Just communicate, bruh, I like roses, or
Yeah.
I like money, I like gifts. And then that person, if they love you, is going to try and make an effort to give you your love language.
Yes, love you according to your love languages.
But as women, do we know our love languages?
That's a good question.
All of them.
Definitely.
Most women don't.
You know what, Ne? I have a theory. I feel like all of us, all five love languages, we all possess them. We all want gifts.
Yeah.
We all want words of affirmation.
Yes.
We all want acts of
Time.
service. We want time. I forgot the other one.
Physical touch.
Physical touch. Yes. We all want that. But there's those ones that are dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that are
Better
the
than
bosses.
Yeah.
If you do those ones, the other ones don't even matter
Yeah.
anymore.
Exactly.
You understand?
Cela imali.
But as a woman then, how do you then communicate? Because personally,
Wait, why are we saying as a woman?
oh sorry, as a person in a relationship,
Yeah.
sorry. As a person in a relationship, how do you then communicate to your partner and say, actually, babe, this is what I like, I don't like this, and I would like you to do this more? Because personally, it's hard.
Have
For-
a
for you to just-
conversation.
Okay, but how
It
do you
is
then
hard, though.
articulate it?
Yeah.
In your talking stages, that's
Yeah,
where you're supposed
exactly.
to. That's where you're supposed to say, "Mfanaka, the love language takakitse." It's supposed to be in the talking stages so that you know that if he's gonna be able to do it or not.
not,
So he's
yeah.
going to. You're going to tell him, and then you're gonna see. Okay, he paid attention to what I was saying, and then he's gonna do it. Do
Okay.
you understand? It doesn't have to be like, oh, these are my love languages. It's like, I like you writing messages to me or words of whatever, you know?
But even if you're deep within, like, I think you can be like, oh, babe, I like it more when you, like, do this for me, or I really appreciate it when you do this, you know. You don't have to be like, this is my love language.
Okay.
So the green flags are basically doing what you want.
Basically.
That's what I'm hearing. So the conversation has been saying, oh, what's a green flag? Like, oh, no, if he does this, this, and this, if he follows my love language, if he buys me things, if he does this. So as long as a guy does exactly what you want, that's a green flag.
Amen.
A green
I think,
flag
I
is
think it's
subjective
loving.
to the
It's
person.
loving you.
Oh,
the,
okay.
You know what? It's loving you the way you want to be
Yes.
loved.
Yeah.
So it's
And
different
also-
for everyone.
And also how, but also you need to be receptive of how he's able to show love.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get love.
No, he's gonna get the
Oh.
love. No, he's gonna get the
Okay.
love. You're gonna show him love. Okay, I show my partner love the way I know how to show him love, right? But
Okay.
then I also need to incorporate what his love language is.
Okay.
So if it's words of affirmation and I like physical touch, I touch him and then I'm like, you babe, hey, but today you were hot, eh?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
hey
yeah.
babe, your match today was incredible. You know,
Okay.
so like things like that.
Okay,
You
no.
understand?
Yeah.
So it needs to be it needs to be a give and take.
Okay.
That's green flags.
Okay.
Red flags.
Okay, do we know our red flags?
Yes.
Yes. Each no individual red flags.
Yeah, your individual red flags.
Yo.
Yeah, that's
And are you honest enough to identify
yeah,
them?
I have like
May I
five.
know them?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Who's going first?
So who's gonna tell me my red flags?
No, you have to tell
Are
us.
you saying I have to
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, you have to know your own red flags. I feel
Yes, you should.
you should know your own flaws before you get into a relationship. Otherwise, if you're gonna get into a relationship thinking you're perfect, hey, that's the biggest red
tricky.
flag.
Okay. That's it. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyone want to
Who
share?
wants to
Can I start, Nomsa?
Amanda can start.
I guess my red flag then would be the fact that I fall in love too easily. Is that a red flag?
No.
It's
Yeah,
not
no,
a red flag.
no.
It is.
Other red flags.
A red flag is a toxic trait that you portray in your relationship.
That's toxic. That's
How is it
toxic.
toxic?
Who said we're doing the love thing? Maybe we're just seeing it out. Why must you
Okay,
be
but
in
you
love
just did that
already?
in the beginning.
Yeah.
And say, hi, Nomsa, I'm here. Ne? I just want to fling.
Yeah. State your
Nothing,
intentions.
nothing. Yeah, state your intentions from
They
the
never
beginning.
want to know the truth.
From the first
Fine.
time, I want to fling, and that's that. You can see other people. That's cool. If you fall in love, hey, that's at your own risk. Yeah?
But that's the Amanda we're talking about.
Wait, what's too quickly?
She just falls in love.
I
She
fall.
loves love.
Yeah.
Like within 5 minutes of meeting the
No.
person? Oh.
No.
Okay, well, what's too quickly then? What's quickly then?
A week, a month.
A week.
That's
Still
a
learning
Okay,
some
that is-
favorite colors.
It's a red flag.
still don't understand how that
in
is
the
a red
talking
flag.
phase, she's in love. That's
At the
what she's
talking-
saying.
So you meet someone and
That's a red flag, ma'am.
That's what I'm trying to say. People put their best foot
Forward,
Yeah.
yes.
So you fall in love with a person who's consistent with their calling, with their texting, who's consistent with finding out how you are, listening.
Are
the
you
long
in love or
calls.
infatuated?
And those like the things that happen within the first few weeks of a relationship.
Are you in love or are you infatuated?
yeah, like
Yo.
You
What
like
is
the
love?
idea of that person.
Yeah.
You're thinking, ooh,
You like what the
if
person
we were
is
to
giving
walk
you.
down the aisle right now, exactly.
Yeah.
If we were
Bare
to
minimum.
walk down the aisle right now, I'm saying I do. You're infatuated.
I even practice my signature.
Hectic.
okay, I know
Which
that.
is
Yo,
his name.
bare
I agree.
minimum.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Agree, it's a red flag.
Bare me.
You're,
I think
you're,
that's definitely my red flag.
Oh, okay.
Namsa?
I think mine
Oh.
is, being not serious. Like, I just can't take people seriously. Like, if you're like, I love you, I'm just like, okay, thanks, dude. Like, I'm just
You're
not,
a red
like, I
flag.
can't
You're a
take
red
people
flag, Weda.
seriously.
Mbulela?
I am very particular.
Okay.
So when it comes to time, when it comes to attitude when, not necessarily attitude, but I'm very particular about certain things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's a red flag.
I'm low-key just leaning towards you, right? So I'm very, I'm very specific of what you want. I want. I get bored very easily. One miss, I'm done.
Yeah.
I mentally check out.
Yeah.
And you'll feel it in the way I'm texting
Yeah.
you. It's one word answers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh no, I'm busy right now. I can't video
Yeah.
call. You know, things like that. Things like that.
I have that as well. Like I fall out of it too quickly. If I wasn't too in love. Do not whisper things.
Yeah, I think females do that. We check out mentally before we do physically.
Yeah. 100. You know what another red flag is? When you're on a date and you do this to your phone. I find that as a red flag.
No, that's
Why?
That's respect.
Wow.
No.
Just take, I'm not
To
gonna
you
look at
and
other
your time.
messages.
No, why
you
put
don't
your
want me
voice
to
down?
say something. You're hiding.
You're hiding something.
Yeah,
to me,
that's
you're
a
telling
hide.
me you're hiding something.
guys
No,
are
I'm giving you my
misinterpreting.
attention.
guys are
Undivided
yeah.
attention.
Okay, then don't put it on the table.
Where should I do it? Where should I put it?
Put it in your pocket.
Can't do
Leave
it
it
if
in the
it's
car. If you really have the intentions of giving me your 100%
Yeah.
full attention, leave it in the car.
Okay, a
You guys are
situation.
toxic.
Is that toxicity? It's generally not toxicity.
No, but isn't it like respectful to say, my phone is down, your attention's there. If it buzzes, there's an emergency, I can just quickly look.
No. In your
Keep
pocket.
it in your pocket then.
It will buzz in your
Let it
pocket.
not be
Some of
on-
us wear tight pants. Can't stay in my pocket.
That's the problem.
Hey.
Pants are
Just,
too tight.
just add another inch. When you go to the tailor, just add another inch.
yeah.
So your phone can go
By
in
your
nicely.
size.
Wow.
So your phone can go in nicely, you know?
Tight pants are a red flag.
Yeah, no, definitely. Those
What?
ones are the biggest ones, especially those ones that are slim at the bottom.
Yeah.
Those nicely tailored ones. And then it just looks like,
So looking good is red flag.
Is a red flag.
no, not looking good. There's a specific looking good that's a, it's an eyebrow.
Ah, you guys-
You,
so now
you
we're
raise
just
an
looking-
eyebrow for that.
I feel like you guys are the toxic ones.
No ways.
You guys keep proving to us that you're toxic.
It's not
Okay.
toxicity though. It's the way society has built us that if you look a certain way and you dress a certain way and you do certain things and you have certain behavioral traits, then you're a red flag.
Okay, then what
Why
is
are you
green
blaming-
flag behavior?
But
Like
what-
just from like seeing a person walking up.
What?
What is
Come
green
again?
flag behavior? You know how you're saying you can see someone as a red flag by the way they walk, the way they dress, the way they speak. Then what is green flag behavior?
Your behavior might be something good for Amanda, but your behavior might be also something bad for Norms. Someone's trash is someone's treasure.
Another man, yeah.
You know.
I think the question we should ask ourselves, if you have a red flag, we can't just embrace it. What are you going to do about it? Because I think all of us are so proud of these red flags, are so
It's
proud
not
of these toxic
pride.
traits. It is. You're
It's
proud.
not pride.
What
You're
is it?
acknowledging that in as much as you also want to see more green flags than red flags, you recognize that in yourself, there's some traits that are a little bit shaky. And if a person leaves you for those shaky things, then it's okay as well.
But
you
what
know?
are you doing
But
then?
then you need
Don't
to
jola.
fix it. Then you need to fix
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm
You need to
asking.
consciously fix it for the person that you want to fix it. There's a saying that says, when you want to do it,
You will do
you
it.
will do it.
Hey, that one is
That's
very-
true.
that's- but
That's
that's a
so
very
true.
red
Where
flag
there's a will,
code,
there's a
though.
way.
How is it a red flag?
What if I can't do it?
No, bro, you're not putting in effort.
Then you don't want. Then you don't love the
Then
person.
you don't like each other. You
Then
don't want to
you're
be in a
not giving
relationship.
it your 100%
No, like-
effort.
Not that I don't want to, I can't. Like what you expect
doesn't
from
have
me,
to
I
be-
can't meet the demand. So that I don't want
Then I'm
to.
not for you.
Move on, Baba.
Yeah.
Next.
Go to somebody that you are that is able to receive you in your
The way
entirety,
you are.
the way you are,
Yeah.
without feeling like they're lacking something
Yeah. Or holding you back.
or holding you back. Exactly. Because if you're saying, let's say finances are usually the
problem.
thing, the problem, you're right? I'm an Instagram influencer. Ne? You know you're living on a month-to-month salary. And you know how influencers are always at Konka. They're at this, they're at that, they're at that, at that. And then you come and you share me. And then you come and you share me, right? You know you can't maintain me. In as much as, yes, you're attracted to me. But if you can't maintain me, I'm going to feel like something is missing in my relationship. Right? So leave me alone.
Date your tax bracket.
Exactly.
That's if you have one.
Not even tax bracket. Not even tax bracket. Date in your bracket. If you know you got 1,000 rand, go date somebody who has 1,000 rand. So you work
Exactly.
with 1,000 rands.
So that you
If
go
it's-
to McDonald's and you don't feel like you're less of a man because you went to McDonald's.
So that thing of McDonald's not a date. It's a date for
It's a
your tax
date.
bracket.
How is this turned into a less of a man?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Madam
Date
McDonald's
with
is
him.
not a place for dates, guys.
Okay, what is it for?
Hey. Mangilambile nabantu basekhaya.
No, but if I'm a university student and you're a university student, we both know the struggles that we have.
It's
At some
different,
point, we have
yeah.
to eat noodles.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
sorry.
there's
Maybe
week.
it's because I'm in a different space in my life now.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I take that back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think in adulthood, Mjolo is just a pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing cute. We're not eating noodles. It's
No,
just
it's not cute
it's
anymore.
just a
Yeah.
wave of corona. It's just sad.
We're moving with it.
Yeah.
All right. Ben 10s. Bless us.
Did you guys get Ben 10s?
No. I don't see myself dating anybody younger than me.
I've
That's
always
now.
been like that until I met someone who was younger than me. Yeah.
It's not that people younger than me are a problem. Maybe it's my red flag. That Mara, I can't find it to say yes
You look at the ID.
to the person. I can't find it in myself to say yes to a person younger than me, because I feel like, in as much as I don't know if this is really true, but they say girls are 3 years
Yeah, they mature earlier.
earlier than
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
So if I'm 21
Ufuna unadate.
and no,
Oh, I know.
24.
if I'm 21 and you are 2019, doesn't make sense to me.
So
Is it about the age or about the mind?
maturity.
Yeah.
I decided to date whoever I dated, right? For the benefit of one, he didn't look younger. When I'm standing next to him, that counts. Because wherever we go, they're going to be looking at me and him together. So I had to look at that. And then I saw the fact that, okay, cool. I have a beautiful face and I'm not aging, you know? So I can stand next to him with pride
Yeah.
and not feel like his mom or sister or whatever. And then number two, I had to look at his maturity, conversation-wise. How is he? Am I able to relate? Am I able to find wisdom in whatever he's saying? You know, is he able to support me in my dreams and whatever the case might be? I then looked at that as well. And then obviously then you start ticking other boxes. Is it Adventist, you know, and all these other things that I have in my box. And then that's when I then decided, okay, he's young. I don't like the fact that he's young, but I'm willing to go ahead and try the relationship. And I think it was a good relationship. I don't want to lie. It was.
You know, that example of, okay, let me say this, I'm in third year. He just started first year. Our struggles are not the same.
I think the way you're looking at it is too empirical. It's too numbery. It's too evidence-based. So what she's saying,
Superficial also.
and what she's saying is that you have certain levels of maturity that you need. So there's a study that was out there that shows that women prefer men that are 2-3 years older than them because of certain instances. So if you start working and then you fall pregnant, someone who's 2-3 years ahead of you is able to support
Yeah.
you during that time.
Yeah.
So the study of women are more mature is there, but it's not dependent upon the number specifically. So if you have a 15 is too much, 18-year-old who works, who does this, who can provide for you and take care of you, would you then consider that too young for you?
So what I meant with the third year and the first year thing is that our struggles are not the same, right? So if I'm complaining about something, you cannot intellectually match the struggles at that specific time.
That's an assumption.
Yeah, it is.
No,
It is.
with that specific, okay, if you're doing first year modules, and I'm talking about third year modules like neuropsychology, you are still doing introduction to psychology 1.
But what if he knows something else that you don't know,
That
not
you-
necessarily
exactly.
in
Yeah.
psychology? So he knows how to fix a car. And then he's going to tell you, I can't date you because you don't know how to fix a car. You're intellectually not on my level.
Okay, I see it. Okay, I get it.
But obviously, there's also red flags in such relationships, you know. Someone who's older than you can overpower you.
True.
Someone who's younger than you can hold you back in certain places, you know. There's so much good, yet there's a bit of bad.
100%. Sugar daddies. Would you get one?
Bagu,
What's a sugar daddy?
comment.
Sugar.
Where do you
Okay.
get sugar mamas, guys?
Sugar daddies and sugar mamas, ne? They're basically people that are rich that can afford to give you a certain lifestyle at whatever price you're willing to give it. Whatever they want. They obviously you have your limits and you have your whatevers. If you come together and you say, and he comes and says, I can give you 1, 2, 3. If you do 1, 2, 3 for me. And you are saying, you're going to sit back and say, okay, I can compromise on these things that he wants. Right? And then he can provide me with the financial stability that I need at that moment. Would you get one?
Okay, then, like, is there an age?
No.
So Benton can be a sugar daddy if he's providing for you financially.
Yeah, that's what we're asking, basically.
Yo.
So basically,
thought of
your,
that.
your Ben 10 is rich, and he can like take care of you. Like he can give you.
But
Like,
then he's not a Ben 10. The term Ben 10 is for a person that's a cougar.
okay.
The person is a cougar. Then you're no longer Ben 10. You are something else. You're characterized as the rich younger man.
Okay.
But you're no longer Ben 10.
I think that's the problem. Society gives labels for everything.
That is
Who
true.
is society that you guys keep talking about?
Social
Everyone.
media.
Everyone.
Oh.
Social media.
Okay.
We live off social media as the youth. That's our lifestyle. Oh, she's wearing that dress. Ooh, let me go get it, wear it with these shoes. That's how it works.
Exactly. You find people wearing the same bikini in different tropical
Islands.
islands.
Yeah, I must download Instagram. I don't know.
You find people wearing, and then Twitter. Black Twitter. Black Twitter is the death of the youth. I promise you. Then Black Twitter says, okay, who wore it best? It kills you, low key.
Speaking about Twitter, let's speak about Mjolo. Have you guys seen the Michelin Damase thing, whereby, allegedly took somebody else's husband? In that instance, is she a sugar baby to the sugar daddy?
Isn't she a baby mama?
No.
No.
Mihlali?
Mihlali is not a baby mama.
Mihlali Ndamase.
Mihlali is like our age.
To build a home, it takes a brick.
Ivana.
So we must take from people's marriages. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but...
Are you sure?
And she's a nice girl.
Are they divorced?
No, they're not. They're still
Apparently
married.
they're getting divorced though.
Yeah, because of the cheating scandal.
But then whose fault is it? Is it Mihlali's fault?
Both of them. You can't put it on anyone.
Takes two to tango.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean both of them? The husband.
As in the husband and
I get the
Mihlali.
husband went to go
What about
look.
the wife?
And
the
she still
original
accepted though.
wife?
What is she supposed to do?
How did she allow it? I mean, we have to be
How do you allow a cheating man?
we need to be honest with ourselves. Men lose interest as much as we lose interest. What is it that you are not doing? I'm not married. I'm not married. But what is it that you are not doing?
Even if you're doing something, Michelle is a beautiful girl. Like, she is the extreme of beautiful. So even if you're doing the most, you're taking care of yourself, how do you then control
Someone's urges.
your man?
I don't want to like guys indota ihamba because of a reason. I don't believe
No.
indota ihamba.
I don't remember where I heard this, but men are visual people.
Yeah.
They are able to visualize and say, I want this, I'm gonna get it,
Yeah.
without attaching emotion to it.
Yeah.
Once a woman does it, it has more of an emotion because you're lacking something. So even if you're the wife of the year, a man will still stand up and go cheat.
I think maybe I can represent us here as a man. There's certain things that I don't believe that where you say it's because of what you're doing. So
It's because of what you are not doing.
or what you're not doing. So as a man, our options are not available to us as in you have to go and look for something. So if he cheats, that means he had to put in effort. He had to put in financial effort, he had to put in emotional effort, he had to put in time. So it's not something that you're doing, but then it's the effort that he's putting himself through. It would be easier to say, look here, I feel like we're lacking in this department. Or at least from my perspective, as someone, it's much easier to speak to someone who we share the rent with or we pay together with. And there's less money involved. But if you go out, that means you put in a lot of work, especially if you get someone as beautiful as that. So I don't know how you can say it's just a visual thing.
Then are we then saying there's something wrong with our men today? Because back in the days, our dads were doing the very same thing. They didn't decide on divorce though. Bebe ganga in a I don't know,
Secret.
in a more secret, in a more dignified way. They had wives, but then they still had girlfriends in Gauteng while have a wife and so many kids back home. So then what are we saying? Is it then a problem with our men? There's something wrong with our men of today.
You don't pray.
You know what? Even if you pray, you know, in as much as yes, we say, put our faith in God, pray, but also you can only pray so much.
True.
At the end of the day, if your partner is not willing to put that foot forward for you, then your prayers, I wouldn't say it's none and void. What? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Null and void,
I wouldn't say that. But it's also, the devil works hard, guys.
He does.
Yo, he works overtime. And just in as much as you may be praying and praying and praying, and for 28 years, your marriage is the one. On the 29th year, the devil says, let's shake you a bit. You find the 2,000. You know these days that they say 2,000 are the ones shaking people's marriages. You find the 2,000, who for whatever reason is just being a 2,000.
Ready to be a stepmom.
Exactly. Yes, they are writing an application to be a stepmother or a stepfather. To shake your relationship, then what? You've prayed. You've been faithful. But the devil said, ha.
It goes back to the
crucible.
beginning, guys. Our beginning was red flags and green flags. A man just doesn't wake up and decide on doing something. You've seen it before when you guys were still dating. You allowed it. You looked over it.
Amanda, have you heard of ghosting? Have you ever been ghosted in your life?
What does ghosting mean?
Ghosting is when you're talking to someone, everything is grand and it's going well, and he just disappears on WhatsApp, social media, Instagram, Facebook.
Twitter.
He blocks you. You can't call him. He becomes a ghost, like those people in the corner there. He just disappears. So,
That's painful.
like, have you ever been ghosted? You don't know the reason, and you can't now ask him the reason because he's ghosted you.
It's the same thing.
I'm saying about cheating, though.
It's the same thing.
It's the
She
same
used that example of ghosting
Wow.
to justify that,
That there's no reason.
there could be no reason. It could be just
That's
him
when you walk
living.
away, though. When a man cheats while you guys are still dating, or when he's showing you red flags, believe them. Don't stay.
But it's also hard.
easier
If you've
said
been
than
with
done.
someone, exactly. If you've been with someone for so long, and you love them, everything in you just loves them, ne? And then they do, they cheat,
A mistake.
and it's not a mistake. I don't believe cheating is a mistake. I don't believe cheating is a mistake. And then they cheat, ne? Are you now gonna throw all that away?
Ileyo nto inkinga.
I think
You're focusing on the number of years invested in the relationship. Walk away.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's money.
Walk away.
It's effort.
Yes.
It's children.
Your
It-
peace.
it's
Your
children.
peace is much more important. Walk away.
would you say we as the youth we are fickle? So we find many reasons not to do something
Yes.
or to walk away. So someone sneezes in the wrong direction, and like, red flag, let me go.
Exactly.
So many things.
Exactly.
It's good with
was
the
sneezing in the wrong
non-Begazela
direction.
generation. We don't Begazela.
We don't
There's no
yes.
need.
But it's there's no depth to it anymore. Because we have so much option. There's
very
all these
shallow.
things. There's all this.
Exactly. You
And
have the option of just starting up and leaving. Then are you really in it?
I think that's what causes the cheating, or that's what causes the pandemic, because there's too much option. We're fickle as well. So I don't know.
And they allow it.
And they allow it. Who's they?
Yeah.
No, like, you know how like you're saying Amanda was saying, is it then our men's fault? But you're still accepting the married man. It's not like you don't know that he's not married.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't know. Even if when you do know or you didn't know in the beginning, you can still leave. But do you leave? Then it's more of like it takes two to tango. We're both in it.
Yeah.
There's no one who's righteous or not. Both male or female,
We're wrong.
we're messed up.
I have a question. I'm so sorry, but I have a question.
Okay.
From what he's saying, I'm just thinking about the fact that we normally go to these relationships because we're looking for something that we don't have. He's providing money, financial stability that I don't have. Are we then saying that wherever our parents are lacking, we're finding it in our partners?
Oh.
I think so. Especially financially. Especially financially.
Hectic.
That's hectic.
It's sad.
Let that
Deep
simmer in.
question.
But have you heard that saying where people with daddy issues go for older men and, you know, so on and so forth? So to a certain extent,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
that one was deep.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap up. Final thoughts.
Stepmom, sugar
Any-
mama. Stepmom.
Oh. Okay, let's quickly just touch on the stepmom thing and then we're just gonna close. So, stepmothers, ne?
And fathers.
There's a saying, there's a stigma that if you have a child as a woman, especially if it's more than one, they're forgiving these days if you have one. But if you have more than one,
Hey.
you are suddenly unlovable. Because men don't want to become stepfathers to the kids that are not theirs. So as a woman, so if you as a man go and make somebody pregnant 3 times, right? And you dump them, who are you expecting to love them if you can't?
Hectic.
I think the thought is, it's not my problem. So men will never think more than or ahead of it.
How is it not your problem when you have given me 3 kids?
It's for you to be loved. It's not like I'm not saying it is a good thing. No, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's
I'm
a
not
good thing.
attacking you personally.
All I'm saying is your life after me is none of our concern.
Yeah.
So I think when you think of these horrible things, we think people care. They don't.
100%.
When women say, no, what's going to happen to me, and you shouting, men are trash. That man who gave you 3 kids doesn't care. And I think that's one perspective that we need to get, that there are those who empathize and there are those who don't care. So when you speak about stepmothers and you'll find that one person will say, you have 5 kids, but I love you. But majority of the time they won't care. And there's no talk, there's no evangelism that you can do to make someone care if they don't.
Sure.
But what is the maximum children?
One.
Why should there be a maximum?
No,
for
because
me,
like
it's
generally,
zero, guys.
especially if like let's say you don't have children of your own. Speaking from a guy's perspective, it's very hard fathering 3 children that are not yours. When are we going to have our children?
Hours, exactly.
They will
I
be
still want
there.
an heir
And
You have
or
6
an
of them.
heiress.
Okay, then don't get in a relationship with me then.
That's what I'm
Amanda, you're
saying.
saying
like,
zero.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Zero.
Then
I
it cuts
don't
down
wanna be a
your
stepmom.
opportunities of like getting a potential suitor, I guess. Because now you've cut down how many men are single out there that don't have children.
I don't know, Nom. So maybe this podcast will come back and haunt me when I'm someone's stepmom.
Yeah, there's some good guys. Yeah, there's some good guys who have
Ne?
a kid. You can say one.
But
Can't
my
say
ideal,
zero.
I'm saying no. But society, it's so hard to get a man who doesn't have a kid anymore. It's difficult.
Stop living according to society. You'll die young.
All right, guys, let's just wrap up quickly. Final thoughts.
Love yourself, guys. Stay safe. It's bad out there. I don't want to lie. Red flags, when you see one, run. Nothing's going to change. praying for him won't be enough. The next thing you're gonna marry him, and then you're gonna ask us as a church to come and pray for you, and we're not gonna come. Ngadlala, we'll come. God loves you.
Bulelo.
For me, it's more on the introspective side. So instead of going around saying that's a red flag, that's a green flag, that's a red flag, look to yourself and say, I'm a red flag, I'm a green flag, I have this, I have that, so that we can't fix everyone. So rather start with yourself.
Amen.
Namsa?
Yeah, I just think to navigate Mjolo, it's character, your own character, and communication.
Ghosties?
Don't
Final
give up
words?
on love. You find it one day.
Okay. My closing remark is basically just that if you see a red flag in your partner or whatever, sit down with yourself and introspect and see if 10 years down the line, will it bother you if it happened again? And if it does happen again, and you feel like, there are things that a person can tolerate and there are things that a person can't tolerate. If you feel like you can tolerate it my mom used to say to me, when you get married, you must look at a person's habits and see if you can tolerate them 10 years down the line. And if you can't do that, don't get married to that person. Because then you're going to live miserably. Because you're looking at this person and you're thinking, oh my goodness, he's not picking up his clothes, he's not picking up his clothes. And then you're angry all the time. And then it's just an unhappy home. So look at the green flags, look at the red flags, look at what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate. And if you can tolerate some of the red flags, you better be sure, huh? You better be sure. So yeah, that is just our final remarks on this topic. There's a lot to say about Mjolo.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic topic, but for now,
time.
we're gonna close it here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with everybody that you know. Just broadcast it on your WhatsApp groups or whatever. See you next time.
Bye.
And she